Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds is brought to you by our sponsors, Super 7, Bulk Dominoes, Nerd Gear, and the Madness Entertainment Network. All right. Here we go. And back with us today is Bruce Q. Wayne. How's it going?
Hi, guys. Everything I'm touching is like a domino effect tonight. I was messing around with the showcase because I was trying to get things out to bring onto the show tonight. And I hit one thing and another thing toppled and fell over, which fell down, which knocked on the next shelf, knocking something else off, domino effect. And I've got like 16 figurines behind me that just collapsed. And I have to I was trying to put them up before you went live, but that didn't happen. So we'll have to wait to do that another night.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, Bruce is hosting again, co-hosting.
Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Cosmic. I'm back on the scenes with the Geek-men and the Thunder Nerds one more time.
Yeah. Yeah. So normally we start the segment with what's in the box. Well, I got something that I wasn't able to show last week.
Cool.
But that is this fella.
Oh, wow.
This is the Thunderian Guard.
A lion's head?
Yeah. It's from Thundercats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a Thunderian Guard, so I ended up getting 2 of them to stand guard for Lion-O and, his cohort.
That's cool.
Claudus and all that.
Are you going to do an army building project?
No, definitely not. No, I got those because I thought, oh yeah, these will be good to army build, and I'm like, there's 2 of them in the shot where they even appear. So there's 2 of them in the scene, and one's grumpy and the other one's well, okay, Lion-O, if you say so, So I was like, yeah, all right, it worked out. And so I got them. Then I opened it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I really want that, or so I kept one in the box for a little bit. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and open it because why not? I'll just display them as a team, and that'll be that. They'll look good because I did see a few other people showing them off as a team that they had clearly had the same thought that I had and displayed them as a team. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that does look pretty cool. I guess I'll do it. So yeah, I think you might have frozen. Yep.
Can you see me now?
Yes. Now you're better. Yep.
Okay. One of my fellow podcast brothers just tried to call me, and I was trying to text him. I'm in the middle of a show. The Texan, my brother. If you're out there listening, Texan, I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of a show. I can't talk now.
Yeah, that's right. So I heard you got something, but before we dive into that, I want to show off something that ties to what you were talking about last week.
Sure, go ahead.
So let's do this. So yeah, here's the new Funko Pops.
Ooh, wow.
Lion-O, Slythe, Pumira, Ghost Jaga, and Robert Bill. So they're on the scene, and it's like, I know these exist, but it's like, do I really need them?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
So I did. I knew this was going to happen because they released Lion-O in the Thunder Tank,
right?
And so I was like, okay,
so you knew they were coming out with these.
Yeah. So and then they dropped these just yesterday, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Those do look pretty cool, but I don't know if I need them. I don't know.
You don't need anything but your family, Dustin. You want to enjoy these, so you want to get these for fun.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Trust me. Look, bro, I swore I wasn't collecting anymore. I'm not buying anything anymore. And yet I still seem to manage to acquire so much more shit. It's not even funny. And I only say shit in a kind and good meaning way.
Yeah.
But it's
we all
crazy.
know it's crap. To most people, it's crap. It's
Correct.
just something to junk up the space. But to, the individual collector, it means something. It strikes a chord with them, So
Exactly.
Goliath,
You collect.
I love that.
It's like you collect.
Mm-hmm.
This is just some of the things that fell out of the case behind me while I was trying to pull something out for the show tonight. But
that Goliath is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a soda pop vinyl.
Nice.
That's a soda pop vinyl. So they really did a nice job on this thing.
Yeah.
The wingspan. I mean, I was amazed they were able to get the wings in the way they did.
Yeah.
They did two versions of Hawkman as well. They did the cartoony version of him from like the TV series, the cartoon, and then the comic. But then they did the live action version of him, where trying to think. I think it's the same guy who played the Gate Guardian of Asgard in the Thor movies. He played Hawkman in the DC movie.
Yeah, in
Idris Idre or something. I forgot his name.
Yeah. Oh, what was that movie? It was Shazam. Oh no, Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Yeah,
that's correct.
It was in the Black Adam movie.
He played the Hawkman in Black Adam.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
It's nonstop around here. I just can't. Everybody's texting me. Everybody's calling me.
Well, it's a good thing,
It is. Yeah, my family wants to, keep in touch with me.
So that was Aldous Hodge. But I don't know if Aldous was the same guy. That was
no, it wasn't the same guy.
Yeah, because that was Heimdall. Was one of my favorite actors.
Heimdall.
Yeah.
Isidro Adiris?
Yeah.
Adiris, something Adiris.
Aldous Hodge.
So Aldous Hodge played Hawkman in the Black Adam movie.
Yep.
Right. So they have a version of him in one of these as well. So there's two versions. There's the cartoony one, and then they have the movie version one from Black Adam.
Uh-huh.
I don't even have them up, so I can't even pull them out of the showcase.
Yeah.
He is here. Hold on. So hold on a second. I did have him in the showcase.
Nice.
So he's got the shield, right? He's got the Hawk shield. He's got
Idris
the
Elba.
wings.
Idris Elba. Sorry.
Sorry?
Idris Elba.
Elba. Thank you. Yeah. Idris Elba. So they did the wings on this where they're almost coming around him, which is really cool. They did a nice job on that. And then these just go straight back.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
So, they don't stay, they used to be very formatted, very generic. If you remember the same body types, they just repainted the body types. So you'd have a Captain America costume with the Captain America boots, but the upper body was always the same.
Yeah.
And then they started getting very detail oriented. So now they're really, a pop vinyl is a real nice collectible. They've replaced the Beanie Babies, if you remember the Thai Beanie Babies back in the day. I think with the Funko Pops, they'll last longer and they'll have a much more endearing role because they're so iconic. Somebody like Funko was able to create this niche for themselves, and they've got a gamut of so many different variations of licenses that they're able to do everything from Ghostbusters to Golden Girls, Lucille Ball to, you know, Cher and Sonny Bono to, you know, what's her name? Whitney Houston. I mean, they can do anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
So they're doing it. They've got such a broad license spectrum that they're able to do anything. I mean, over my shoulder, you know, it's the Frank Castle Punisher from the TV series, you know, the Marvel Netflix TV series. So I've got him. You know, they're all over the place. You know, and then of course I've got Batman, you know, the Adam West style Batman. And then of course the Deadpool and Wolverine. Whoa, men jumping, men down. The Wolverine.
Yeah.
Right? So they've got them. And actually, believe it or not, this one is a knockoff. It's not even a real Funko Pop. I was looking for indicia on this. I bought this from a guy on eBay, and I bought him, and I bought Deadpool, which I believe is in my other office. Nope, here he is. These two are knockoffs. These are Chinese knockoffs.
That's crazy.
But they look like the Pop vinyls.
Yeah.
There's no indicia on them. There's no markings on them, so they're generic. Somebody mocked these up and sold them. You know, their heads turn, their waists don't move, but you can see where they actually did two parts. This has a seam. I don't know if you can see it along the belt line. Just underneath the belt line, there's a seam. So this is actually two parts.
Yeah. Yeah, to like glue together or something. Yeah.
Correct. So I was looking for this. Yeah, this one too. This one has a seam, and it goes right up into the waistline.
Nice. Huh. Yeah.
You can see right up under the belt.
Yeah.
So
never in my life would I thought I'd be staring at Deadpool's balls, but still, you know. You never know what happens in plastic. And you know, that's the thing with plastic toys. What's the first thing you do when you get something like vinyl? You lift up the skirt, you lift up just to see. Not that you were expecting anything. Just to see the detail.
Right. Which was the biggest like faux pas in the toy industry that got everybody going nuts looking for one specific figure. Do you remember? I'll mention the name, Todd McFarlane.
Okay.
He released a figure, an Angela figure with no panties. They didn't paint the panties.
Oh, wow.
So that was the chase. People were hunting for those. They actually supposedly pulled them off the market and then they redid them. So, but I found one. I actually found one without any panties. They were supposed to paint the panties through the waistline. They didn't do it. So everybody's like looking in the packages and like, oh, can I see it? Can I see it? It was wild.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was a chase figure for a long time, man. People were going nuts for that. But yeah, so that's the fun of Funko Pops, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The fun of Funko.
Yeah. So did you get anything? Let's talk about that. What you did get, huh?
Okay. So if you guys remember, those of you that were here last week with us, and you know that I got my Werewolf by Night figure, and that it was a Mondo exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con. Well, they released 4 versions of it. And as much as I am not a purist and I don't collect sets like that, I don't go out and I buy, you know, one of each one just so I can have it. I went and I wanted the original color on the Werewolf by Night figure, but as you guys remembered, I wound up getting one of the psychedelic versions. I got the black, what they call the Blood Moon version, right? Okay. So I got the Blood Moon version. So here's the Blood Moon version of Werewolf by Night, right? So I had him up in the showcase. Well, lo and behold, I found a guy on eBay who was actually really cool, and he was very good to me, and he wound up selling me
Nice.
the original color, brown and green, right? The whole 9 yards. I was able to get this from him, and it's the original, right?
Nice.
So here's the original box that it came in, the green and brown, so you can see the
Yeah.
original comic art colors. And while I was discussing it with this guy, I had somebody else reach out to me, which was kind of amazing. I was surprised because I guess I did it said what, you know how they have buy it now or make an offer?
Mm-hmm.
So I must have made an offer to this guy early on, and he didn't accept my offer, but then he came back and he made me another offer, and it was too good to pass up because these things are selling for stupid money on eBay right now. They're
Mm-hmm.
going for a couple of $100 a piece, and I don't want to spend that kind of money. As much
Right.
as I love them, and I know that they're one of 200 each or one of 300, it even says right on the container, it says right on the box, right there, made in
Yeah.
China, one of 300.
Yeah.
So this one is the pen and ink variant, which is basically, hold on a second, a black and
Nice.
white. A black and white. So if you guys remember the old Munster magazines that were done in black and white, there
Yeah.
were several iterations of Werewolf by Night in that Marvel black and white comic book. So he made me an offer. We went back and forth. I talked with him, and I'm like, look, I'm not one of those guys that collects everything, but it's Werewolf by Night, and I'm a huge Werewolf by Night fan. So I like, if you do the right thing by me, um, we got a deal. And he met me. He met me at my price. So I had to take care of the shipping and handling because the first price was without shipping and handling, and it was still too high for me. But he hooked me up, and so now I have the ink version.
That's
Hold on,
cool.
I'm trying to get the center. So we've got the ink version. We've got the Blood Moon version. And I don't have three hands, so you have to bear with me here. I've
Nice.
got the original version. So I've got all three versions. Actually, there is unfortunately a fourth, but I
Yeah.
haven't been able to negotiate with the one gentleman that I know that has one for sale at this very moment. He wants way too much money for it. He's asking for over $300 for the psychedelic one.
Yeah.
It's the least valuable of them all. People don't want the psychedelic one, but it is a cool one because
Mm-hmm.
it is very similar to this one. I think what they did was they took this one and then they spray painted the palms like an iridescent green, and they spray painted the body with like an iridescent green, but it was the Blood Moon version. They just colored it differently, and they colored the toenails. So when you hold up the psychedelic one under a black light,
Yeah.
it looks like it glows. Okay. It
Yeah.
looks like it glows. So my other studio back in my house has a black light setup. So I wanted to take them home with me. I just haven't had a chance yet. And I was going to photograph them in the house in the old studio and then send them to you. But I never got the chance to do that. And I didn't get the psychedelic one yet. So um, if if I want to complete the set, I'm just gonna have to wait for somebody else to come along because I'm not dropping $300 on a freaking toy right now.
Yeah.
Look, I'm still in the middle of my freaking divorce. She hasn't divorced me yet. She's
Ah.
dragging this shit out. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
We went to court and we set a date. So
Yeah. No problem. Hey, Gray Wolf. How's it going? And yeah, I'm not really buying much of anything either right at the moment. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. My sister's mother-in-law passed away today at 98 years of age. 99 years of age.
Well, congrats to
So that
the
was her telling me.
age, but yes, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Thank you. She had a good life, so I can't
Yeah.
complain. But yeah, she passed away, unfortunately, in her sleep, very peacefully. So I hope to go like that, lay down, go to bed, and just not wake up. And by the time I do wake up, I'm at the pearly gates, and God's telling me what I have to do to get in.
Right. It's like, you shouldn't have sent so many memes. It's like, what? I thought. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, so I got the full set of the 3 of the 4 of them now, and so I'm feeling ambivalent about it, and I'm really like, I don't need the 4th one. I really don't. But it's like, but then you have the whole set.
Yeah, you're almost there.
I'm there. I am there. It's like one more.
Right.
One out of 4.
It's just one. It's just one.
You're 3/4 of the way complete. Come on. It's not like you have to buy every single figure from series 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 10, wave 20, wave 80. What the fuck? It's 4 figures in the set, and I'm probably gonna. I'm trying to work something out with him. I've got some stuff that I want to trade, so I'll see if he's up for that. We'll see if maybe I can do a negotiation with him. We'll see.
Yeah.
But my all-time favorite, the green and brown, the original Werewolf by Night. And as I had before, what did I do with it? He fell. There he is. I have this in the showcase now with this underneath his hand. This is how they are in the showcase.
That's awesome.
So, but if it wasn't for Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight wouldn't exist. So, and I'm a fan of both, specifically Moon Knight as like the anti-version of the DC version of Marvel, the Marvel version of Batman, because technically that's kind of what he is, but they've taken him in a whole weird different direction now, and I don't know. I still like the character, the original format of the character, but it is what it is, and Moon Knight's out there, and he's just as collectible as Werewolf by Night right now. Try and find any of the action figures, Moon Knight figures, and you're paying $60 to $100 for them now because they're collectible.
Yep, outrageous.
But did you get anything else this week that you were hunting for?
No, I don't think I did. I'm more in like hunting for someone to fix my laptop, or I don't know, figure out a way to buy a new laptop, or I don't know. So I got a bunch of stuff on my plate, and yeah.
Toys are not a priority anymore.
At the moment, no.
Trust me, I hear you.
I pre-ordered my Super 7 Sky Cutter, but that was it. And it's like, I don't even know if I'm going to get to keep that, or if I need to cancel it. And I
hate when I have to cancel something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not, but I don't know. There's stuff that's come up in my life recently that's just, I don't know if it's even possible. So yeah,
unless you can start monetizing yourself in a different way to be able to afford the things we need, you gotta make sacrifices. You do. Yep. You gotta make sacrifices, and it sucks. I mean, this divorce is doing the same thing to me. Sacrifices got to be made.
Yeah.
But let's not end that on a dreary note. I do have something else that came in the mail today that we were busting. What's up?
How's it going, Animation Overlord?
Anime Overlord in the house. So I got a box. I don't know if you can see. I got a box. yesterday, which I wasn't anticipating because, as you and I already spoke, I was waiting for another version of this figure to come out, and I didn't want to spend the kind of money these people were asking for it, because everybody thinks they've got gold when they find one of a specific figurine that is very valuable to collect or that people want to have. And so
oh, I dig it. Very nice.
The Gold Label series version of Azrael Batman in the house. And there's right there, Azrael Batman armor.
Yep.
And right out of the Nightfall series, you can't miss this. It's just so detail oriented. I don't even want to take it out of the box. I wanted to put it up in the showcase.
I just put it up in the showcase.
Well, that's what's going to happen. But it won't go in this showcase behind me.
Right.
I have, in my hallway, I have 4 other showcases with collectible figures and accessories in them. And it's probably going to wind up in one of those, something I walk past every day and see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the guy gave me a nice deal on this one. They were just too damn expensive on the secondary market, and this guy was good enough to work a deal with me. So as long as he didn't have to pay eBay fees or anything else, he was very happy to make a deal with me.
Yeah.
It's a hit or miss with that, because some people will be like, eBay policy only, eBay policy only, eBay policy only. Okay. I mean, I found workarounds to get my phone number to certain people in eBay, and they've been able to get a hold of me, and I've been able to make deals with them. And I'm not going to give that away in case somebody from eBay is actually watching the show. But if you need something on eBay, I got an idea for you that works. And how to get it, how to get your information to somebody without turning eBay security on.
Yeah.
And then there was something else that I came across that was a whimsical kind of purchase because I'd never seen one before. You know, I'm a huge Batman fan, right? I've been collecting Batman for 50 some odd years. You know, I'm 61 years old, and my Batman collection rivals anybody's. I've got some crazy stuff, but I found something that I didn't have, which is interesting because I collect a lot of masks from Batman, different variations on masks, and I collect the Batmobile, the 66 Batmobile. And I came across something really unique and interesting that I hadn't seen before. And I got this Halloween mask, which is really cool. I don't even want to put it on because it's so fragile. You can see how thin it is.
Yeah.
It's a plastic molded mask. So it's got the domino mask insert in it. So like if you wanted to, somebody could just cut that out and just have the domino mask. But it is the Bat mask. And this is from the late 60s, early 70s. And I was very surprised when I saw it because I hadn't seen something like this before. And I thought I knew all of the Batman masks. And that's so cool. After I had I'd gotten this one, I just started researching masks again. And of course, you're on eBay and you're on Etsy and you're on Amazon, and you're always looking and looking and looking. And so I was looking and stupidly looking because I don't have the money to do this, but I had to look and see. And I found something else that also just came in the mail yesterday. Not yesterday, Saturday, because it was Sunday was the weekend. But this very large box,
wow,
has a very unique mask in it that I had as a child. And I didn't take it out of the box yet. And there we go. Okay. This guy really wrapped the hell out of this well, I mean, it just was amazing, but
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive.
it is, and it still fits me. Like, this was made for both adults and children, and this will fit my head if I take all the styrofoam out. But
Yeah.
here's the funny part. I used to have one of these as the original toy when it first came out. And the original toy I had was part of my Halloween costume. And it came with the cape and it came
Yeah.
with its mask. And I would run around the house with it. And then I would do Halloween with it.
Yeah.
Then I got older and it sat in a box. And then my mom gave a bunch of my stuff away to my cousins. And it wound up over at their house.
Okay.
And they had a St. Bernard that liked to chew on everything. And when I went to their house one day to look for the mask, because that was my intention, was to get it back. I must have been in high school. My cousin informed me that their St. Bernard had chewed it up and made it into a chew toy. So I
Oh.
was devastated by that, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" So I hunted high and low for this mask again, and I found one. And it wasn't in the best of shape. The nose was split. It had BB holes in it. So I bought
Did
it
you
anyway.
say
The guy,
BB holes?
it had BB holes in it. Like somebody took it, put it up on a fence post, and just started shooting at it. And it had BB holes in it. Actually, yeah, yeah. So I bought that one, and I still have that one, the original one that I bought, and you can
Mm-hmm.
see it right up there in the cabinet.
Wow.
I can't go very far because my battery is dying and I have it plugged in, but that is the original mask that you saw, and it's got BB holes in the forehead of the helmet.
Oh.
What I just did. Here we go. Okay. So that I bought that one, and then I found one that was in better shape. Now that one I bought, I think I paid like 25 or 30 bucks for it. That was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then I found another version of it at some collector show, and I bought that one, and that one cost me 35 or 40 bucks. And that one was in better shape than the last one.
Yeah.
And then I found another one that was cheap, so I bought that one. So I've sold off and bought and rebought several of them over the course of my
Yeah.
lifetime now. And so this one is in really decent shape, except for one small hairline
Mm.
fracture right here in the mask.
Yeah.
So this is not a pristine version of the mask. It's cracked, but it's in better shape up here than the one up in the showcase with the bullet holes in it.
Yeah.
So I might change this one out for that one and then put that one up for sale and sell that one off. But
Yeah.
that's what I do. I try to upgrade certain collectibles. The bat emblem here is in much better shape than the one that's in the showcase. So I do have a toy show coming up. I didn't even take this out of the box until just now to look at it. I just found another crack. Son of a gun.
Oh.
There's a hairline fracture crack here in the mask, in the eye hole.
Yeah.
See it?
Yep.
So maybe I will have to look for a better one. I'm
Well, that can
actually
do you
trying
for
to
a little
find
bit.
one in the original box. I don't know if I can turn this around. No, I can't turn my camera around. No.
Well, we'll have to wait for him to get back. Hopefully he comes back. Well, anyway, while we're waiting on him to come back, I'll say, did I share the screen? Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to start sharing another cool thing, the HasLab thing. This is insane, by the way. Yeah. Where is the here's the title thing. Yeah, here we go. The Snowcat. The next HasLab. But man, it looks crazy cool. And here's some more pictures of it. Now, I have not checked in to see how well this is doing, but it's still pretty cool. I dig it. I remember I had like one little teeny tiny vehicle from a larger playset that was no longer in service, so to speak. And I just had this little thing that I used to fly it around. It was had a good old time with it. But if they ever release that, I would probably be like, yeah, okay, I need to get that. But yeah, this thing looks insane. It's got crazy details. Cockpit opens up. More missiles. More missiles. Yep. Look at that. Oh. Anyway. So let's see. That was all the pictures I had of this thing. Let's go take a look and see how well it's doing. Let's see, where do they even go for that? HasLab. HasLab Snowcat. Yeah, look at that. Let's see. Let's get this up on the screen. Share screen. G.I. Joe classified Snowcat. There we go. All right. So it ends in 38 days, 1 hour, 50 minutes. Do they actually currently show the price or the percentage, or do they keep that private? Let's see. All right, so G.I. Joe Classified Series Snowcat Combat All-Terrain. Farley Frostbite. All right, let's see. G.I. Joe's opened a new door, ongoing conflict, Arctic and Antarctic. Partnering once again with HasLab, they've developed a 6-inch G.I. Joe Classified Snowcat. Vehicle with hopes of securing 8,000 backers before the end of the campaign. So you have to get to 8,000. And it doesn't show you how many is backed. It doesn't look like it, but yeah. It says reach all 3 tiers for maximum collectible experience. It's a crowd-funded project, which is ridiculous. We've said this multiple times. It's ridiculous for a company of their success to, have a crowdfunding aspect. I mean, just either produce it or don't. I mean, I don't know. Come on. So. Uh-oh. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
I had an update on my phone. Since the update happened, my phone is going so freaking wonky. The screen will turn, and I can't get it to turn back. And I can't get my code because half the screen is below the level of visual. I can't see where it is. And now my whole phone is fucked up. But I was going to try and turn the camera around to show you, a painting I'd gotten of the original packaging of the Batman mask that came, back in the 67, 68, when they released it. It was the mask that I showed you with a blue plastic cape that had the bat emblem on the back.
Yeah.
And that's what it originally came in, was this old box. I'm going to try and turn my phone around now to just show it to you up in that corner. Wow, you can't even see it that well. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to walk around the desk here. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. Let's see if I can get a closer look at it. But
oh, okay. Batman
that's
helmet
the
and
original
cape.
packaging. And it gets, the box actually is a wraparound. So it wraps around and you see Batman, part of his face on the one side of the box, and then part of his face on the other side of the box. And they did that with the painting itself. I never took the plastic off because I wanted to keep it preserved.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a photo replica painting. It's like one of those computer digitally animated versions. It looks just like the box art, but
Yeah.
it's a painting that was done by the company that did it originally. And I got it from a guy at a show. And so that just sits up there in the studio here. So
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Sorry about the blackout.
Hey, no worries. I was actually just talking about another thing.
Go ahead. Continue.
So we were talking about this. The Snowcat, G.I. Joe classified Snowcat, comes with frostbite.
Oh, wow.
And again, I would just preface that, like, look, it's Hasbro. You're successful. You don't need to do a crowdfunding campaign. Either just produce it or
this
don't.
This is a crowdfunder?
Yeah.
This is Hasbro Plus, isn't it?
Yep, HasLab, yep. But yeah, they're asking for $324.99.
Oh my God.
That's only for part of it, the base thing. I was reading on how it said reach all 3 tiers for maximum collectible experience. This crowdfunding project will run from June 30th to August 14th. If successful, this project will begin shipping in late fall 2026. So you don't even get it for a full year. Plus,
yeah, trust me, I know. What was not Boba Fett? What was the Mandalorian's first ship? The Razor's Crest?
Yeah, Razor Crest. Yeah.
So we ordered that, and I ordered 2 of them because I was in the money at the time, and I was like, "Woo, let's try and get that." It was before I filed. Well, it was before I filed for divorce, so I still had money back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, let's get this one. This looks good, and I like Mandalorian. I'd be very happy to own one of these and do something with it, and let's go for it." Mm-hmm. So my partner and I at the time both ordered them. It's when I was with Nerds in a Bar, so that was 5 years ago already. And I hadn't quite filed for divorce yet, so I still had some cash on hand. And I bought 2 of them, thinking I would buy one for myself, open it up. We got all the levels. So we got the extra figurine, we got the Grogu, we got the Mandalorian with the funny little cape thing that was actual fabric, soft goods. And then there was a gun that came with it that you didn't get in the regular package. And there was this and there was that. And so we did all the tiers. You got the carbonite caricatures of whoever was in the carbonite form in the Razor Crest. And then they went and blew up the friggin' Razor's Crest on the show. And I'm like, no. But we had already ordered them. We loved it. We thought it was a cool, it kind of reminded me of Firefly.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It had that same kind of characteristics to it. Kind of looked like a bug with wings.
Yeah.
Like a big bug with little wings. And I thought it was really cool. So I wanted to keep going with that. And so we bought them. And now they made so many of those freaking things. And then they released them to the Japanese market that they're actually worthless right now. So I advise anybody who is really serious about wanting to get, those types of
crowdfunded campaign,
crowdfunding styles. If you are a diehard fan and you want one for yourself, then do it. Drop the money and buy it and get it for yourself, but expect you're going to want to open it up and play with it. Because I bought the two thinking I was going to keep one and put it on display, have all the box and all the accessories aside, but then I would sell the other one and make up for the loss, somehow, some way in that ratio.
Yep.
Go on eBay; they're all over the friggin' place. You can't you can't sneeze without tripping over one. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's because they blew it up in the show. If they had kept it on and it would have been his ship, then that would have been a mainstay, so to speak. But yeah, I thought I had something around here. Yeah, I thought I had it around here, but I don't. I can't find it.
What's that?
I thought I had a Razor Crest right here, but it's
one of the mini ones.
Yeah. I got all the. No, don't fall over.
I had that happen to me already in the showcase. One or two things. It's not a bad deal. Oh, nice.
So I have the mini Thunder Tank and the actual Thunder Tank, the classified, or not the classified, Ultimates, the Ultimates figure, Ultimates playset, so to speak.
Right.
So,
the Kevin Smith version.
What Kevin Smith version?
Didn't they make a Kevin Smith version when he did the cartoon? Didn't Kevin Smith do the animation cartoon?
No, you're thinking of He-Man.
Right. My apologies. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Sorry, Rhino. I miscommunicated. I confused you with He-Man. My apologies.
Yeah, man. I do the same thing all the time. It's all good.
So is that why you let your beard grow out? Is that why you let your beard grow out so you look like Rhino?
No, I just can't really go without a beard.
I hear you. But as long as the wife likes it.
I can't get her to say if she likes it or not. Who knows?
Well, my ex-wife hated the mustache. I'm like, you don't kiss me anymore. Why do I care?
Yeah, exactly. It's just the principle of it, I guess. Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah. And I get more compliments on this damn thing than anybody I know. So I'm like, all right, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I get compliments about my hat all the time. People are like, oh, I love your hat. Oh, I love your hat. And then I get blood work regularly because they're still watching to make sure I don't get cancer again and all that. So
right.
Every time I go in I went in with just a regular baseball cap on. And just run out of the house and get blood work done. And you're like, wait, oh, I didn't see you sitting there. You didn't recognize you. You didn't have your hat on. And it's so funny because I tell you, it's very catching. So I started wearing this hat. No one wore cowboy hats or anything like that. Yeah, cowboy hats specifically. No one wore cowboy hats. Then, like a week later, I see someone sitting across from me when I was getting blood work who also had a cowboy hat on. And then I've seen like 3 or 4 more since. And it's like, dang it, it's catching on.
You started a trend.
They were like, oh, I guess a strange white boy can wear a cowboy hat. Oh.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Very true. Very true.
I don't know. But you have anything else for us?
I brought a bunch of stuff to the desk to go over. I'm trying to remember what else I had. The masks I showed you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the screen went blank on me. I went to my grandkids this weekend, and while I was on my way to my grandkids, I pit stopped at one of these. You know how they have the gas stations and the service centers on the side. What are they called? Rest stops. They are a rest stop. And I went to McDonald's, and I used to collect all the McDonald's Happy Meal premiums because I was a schleb back then and I collected everything. I can't tell you how many different variations. I mean, we're talking mid to late 80s, all the way into the early and mid 2000s. 2010, I think, is when I slowed down finally. But I was collecting the Happy Meal premiums. Well, they did something really interesting, and I was very surprised and actually happy to see it. But they came out with a bunch of miniature McDonald's toys that were based on McDonald's. But what was really funny is now in the Happy Meal boxes, they give you a mini French fry container. I couldn't throw it out. It was just too damn cute. It's like a mini French fry container. But even better is they sell you toys in the little McDonald's Happy Meal box now because they're promoting what's called, see if I got this right, Little McDonald's.
Huh. That's
so
crazy.
What do they have in Little McDonald's? They have all these different kind of cool collectibles that allow you to create your own little storefront. And you know how everybody's collecting all these little miniature grocery store items
and stuff.
Right. So McDonald's just did it with these, calling it the Little McDonald's. So this is the toy inside this little mini box of this box.
That's crazy.
So what did I want?
So what did you just walk in and was like, hey, I want a little McDonald's?
Well, you have to buy the Happy Meal now. They don't just sell the toys anymore.
Okay.
I used to be able to buy the toys right over the counter without even having to. But I didn't even take this out of the box yet. So I just took it out of the box. But you have your very own Little McDonald's store.
Whoa, that's
you
crazy.
have your very own Little McDonald's restaurant.
Huh.
And it has windows on the other side so you can see into the tables and chairs inside the restaurant. And the walls are decorated. And then when you take this and you put this on, am I putting in the right place? I'm not sure why this is not sitting right. Maybe I'm in the wrong side. Yes, I had it backwards.
Okay.
I have my very own little McDonald's storefront that I can put on my Hot Wheels table and have my Hot Wheels cars do a drive-through and buy McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of reasons you could do that in like a weird sort of a faraway shot with other figures like this, closer to it, and as far as perspective. Exactly. That's awesome. Right, so
here they are side by side. Mm-hmm. The store is definitely too small for a Hot Wheels, but if you did, like you said, the spatial relations, you could do that. Or what you could do is just get a 187th version of a car, and even this is still too big. This is a 187th, but the micro machines will work with this. I think the micro machines would be a better fit. And I didn't think about that until you just said that. So I have my Batmobile micro machine somewhere. Not behind me, unfortunately. No, sorry. Can't do it now. But it's a little McDonald's storefront. I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world. I just happened to be there at the right time, and they had, this is number 2. Number 1 was I think the McDonald's sign, but they wouldn't sell it to me separate. I would have had to have bought a second Happy Meal. And I'm like, you know what? thanks, but no thanks. I don't need a Happy Meal. I ate the one because I was starving. And I was going to go see my grandkids, and we were probably going to go eat dinner anyway together. So, but for brunch or lunch, I wound up with a 4-pack of chicken nuggets, French fries, and sliced apple with chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, because every time we go to the store, it's like we have to get 2 Happy Meals because for my 2 girls. So it's like,
exactly,
just grab little McDonald's. That'd be awesome.
And so now you can get them a McDonald's box with a little McDonald's toy. And what's really cool is I just thought it was so interesting because they have different meals. They've got a Happy Meals and hamburger, a Happy Meal and milk jug, kid fries, Happy Meal and apple slices, and a 4 chicken nugget set. So you can actually sell or pretend to sell the food and dispense the food on a tray. And then below it, they've got the Boo Bucket, which is one of their Halloween specialties that they used to give away. They have a toy display rack. So it displays the fake toys that are inside. It's like, come on. They went all out. They have a play place. So they have like a mock-up play place. They also have a gold Happy Meal box and the regular Happy Meal box.
That's
so
crazy.
these are all the different collectibles. Then they have the cooking station. So they've got the burger grill, the fries, the drink dispenser, and the booth. So that's the top row.
That's awesome.
Then they have the drive-through. So they have an actual drive-through stand and the little speaker box. They've got a little fake, little plastic cash register. They have a little cell phone that shows you ordering on the McDonald's app. And then they have a self-ordering kiosk.
Yeah.
So all of that is the middle row.
I thought that was a self-ordering kiosk.
It is. It's a self-ordering kiosk. And then on the very bottom, they have a McDonald's sign, the McDonald's restaurant, and a McDonald's delivery truck.
That is insane.
So that's all these on the bottom. And that is their version of the little McDonald's. So that goes into the collector's archives for me because I just couldn't resist.
Yeah.
But if I get none other, I'm happy I got the McDonald's storefront. I just thought it was too cool. I would like to get maybe the outdoor ordering sign where the kiosk where you go up to order from outside, the drive-through.
Yeah.
And then I thought, the street sign, but I think it's one and the same. So I do not want to go back to McDonald's. I haven't eaten a McDonald's hamburger in close to 55 years because I heard a really horrific story about McDonald's. And ever since then, I've refused to eat McDonald's hamburgers. Now, Wendy's, no, White Castle, well, that's a whole different story. But I won't eat Burger King and I won't eat McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't really recommend Burger King either. I got grout in my burger.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bit down on some grout and I was like, what the heck? Chipped my tooth and all that. And so, yeah, they're like, oh, are you sure it's grout? And I'm like, I know what grout is. Okay, it fell on the floor. You picked it up and tried to pass it. No.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. They're like, well, okay, we'll give you a free meal. And I'm like, I don't know.
I need dental work now. You're paying for it.
Exactly. Once they agreed to that, I was just like, all right, we're good. I got my tooth fixed. That's all that matters to me.
Unbelievable,
no
man.
Thanks. Keep your food.
No kidding. Don't ever give me that food again.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets tasted exactly the same as they tasted.
Hey, how's it going? Where'd it go? There you go. Hey, how you doing, kitty? Oh boy, you ready to get our game on Thursday? I know I am. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Crap, I have to miss this week. That stinks.
You're not going to be able to play?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play Thursday. But yeah. But Wednesday I'll be there.
There you go. I guess you're reading in the chats now, saying hi to everybody.
Yeah. No,
my phone does not stop.
Yeah, he was talking to someone. You know,
Christy,
he's a popular guy.
What's up, Christy Mac? Yeah. So that was my fun at McDonald's this past weekend when I went to go visit the grandkids. Couldn't pass it up. It was just too funny. Let's see, there is a bag over here that I put here for a reason. I don't know why. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I did get something else. I've been collecting Hot Wheels for a very long time. I have a ridiculous amount of Hot Wheels. And this weekend, I had to go to Walmart for my grandkids to pick up diapers for them. And they had some really cool things on this really flimsy cardboard rack.
Nice.
A Legends Tour 2025 hat, and it's got a Hot Wheels car on the back. And if you don't know what this one is, this is the original Dodge Charger, what they call the Dixie Challenger. And they still make it to this day, but it's one of the original models. And I've got several variations and iterations of it. It's basically like a Dodge Charger Challenger combo with a blown engine, and it came out because there was a big push on the Dodge Chargers back then when they first came out with them, because everybody was into Dukes of Hazzard. And they couldn't call it the General Lee because they didn't have the license to it.
Right.
So they called it the Dixie Challenger as opposed to the General Lee Charger.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's crazy.
They also had an air freshener with a monkey wrench on the bottom that has the year on it. So I had to have that. I just figured, you know what? I'm debating whether or not to actually take it off and put it in my car. And then when it stops smelling, put it back in the package, which I've done for some of my other car fresheners. I had a Batman one that I saved forever. So that was the other thing that I got. That was the Legends series that they're pushing out now, the Legends Tour. And then I happened to go down the aisle with the what do you call them? The electronic games, I guess the video games that everybody plays now. I went down their electronics section, and this was sitting on the front counter, a little display box that had these little punching bags with the UFC logo on them.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
And I couldn't figure out what it was. Well, it turns out they're actually little figurines inside the punching bag.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, all right, you know what? For shits and giggles, let me see what it is, because it's another blind bag kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you take off the wrapper, and it's a punching bag. But then when you twist the punch, and it says UFC on the bottom. But when you twist it, and it disconnects, you've got two bags inside of it.
Huh.
UFC logo all over it, okay, right? Everything's UFC. Then it's got a little flat square one that's UFC.
Huh.
So you look at the packaging and you're like, feels like an action figure. Lo and behold, it's a chibi looking kind of wrestling style UFC character figure.
Is that Habib Nurmagomedov?
I believe you're right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Hold on. I'm looking for the paperwork that went with it. It fell into the bag, and the bag is loaded with a bunch of other stuff, and I'm not finding the original paperwork that came with it. But yes, that's Habibi, whatever his name is.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Insane.
Then I got the second one. I did the same thing. I bought it and I opened it up because they had men and women. I was hoping to get a woman figure just to see what they looked like, because it was just really cool. And I'm like, all right, I have to get another one. And then this one came with this gentleman inside of it.
Oh, it's John Jones.
I believe it is John Jones. I think you're right. So these are the two figures that I got from the assortment. I thought they were really cool. This one comes with a jump rope accessory inside. I think the other one came with a sports bottle. So they come with little cool accessories.
Huh.
They're only just going to get fucking lost. So
Yeah.
unless you're going to like keep everything together, don't waste your time. But here they have the Octagon Fighter insert that comes with it. And look who's on the back.
Oh, nice.
But then you open it up and it's got a few others on the packaging.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Then you turn it over and it shows you that there's 14 figures in the collection.
Huh.
And this is only wave 1. So here you go. And here are the different figures that you can get.
Wow.
And so I now have 2 of the 14 figures.
Yeah.
And you can get Charles Oliveri, who is a rare, and you can get John Jones Heavyweight, which is the rare. So did I get the John Jones Heavyweight regular, or did I get the rare? I don't know, because I don't know what the rare looks like.
Well,
It's got to be a different. It's got to be. It's got to say what it is. I'm presuming this is the regular one because he's in black trunks, and I believe the gold one comes in gold trunks, so you know that it's a rare.
Oh, interesting.
But so they only have 2 of the ones that are rares, and so yeah. And who did you say you thought the first guy was?
I thought it was Habib Nurmagomedov.
No, it's not. It's actually Islam Makachev.
Okay.
And your guy's not even on here. They've got Charles Oliveira, Israel Adesanya, Amanda Nunes, Sean O'Malley, Brandon Moreno, Valentina, Conor McGregor. I would have liked to have gotten a Conor McGregor one. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Ismail whatever. Okay. John Jones. They've got Zhang Weili, Alexander Volkovich, and then Max Holloway.
Oh, okay.
So 14 different characters from UFC, but these guys are all new. The only one I know is Conor McGregor. He's the only one I know from this series. Everybody else, they're all Greek to me.
Well, John Jones is, he's,
I know
popular.
who John Jones is, but I've never seen him fight. I've watched Conor McGregor fight. Holy moly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what's really cool about these. And they snap together in this cool little, it looks like a punching bag. So that was it for the figurines and the action figure stuff that I picked up along the way over the last week since we last spoke. And I do have a ton of Hot Wheels cars that I grabbed up because I have a Toyota FJ Cruiser. They stopped making those in 2015, and now there's a talk of them being reissued in 2027, which would be the 20th anniversary because they originally came out in 2007 as a very high-end, a very low-end cost-wise version of the Jeep Wranglers, right? Mm-hmm. So the Toyota FJ Cruisers were like the next big thing. And those came out in 2007 and ran to 2015 until they stopped making them. And now they're talking about bringing back an anniversary edition in 2027. So we only have 2 more years to go. And mine that I own is running quite well. And I bought mine in 2013. And I love my truck. I don't want to let it go. But I do collect, stuff that is related to the Toyota FJ Cruisers and Toyota in general. Hold on a second here. This is the Toyota FJ Cruiser.
Nice.
And so this is actually, they released this for the Fast and Furious series from the last movie because apparently Jason Statham drives around in one of these.
Hmm.
Or Vin Diesel. One of the characters drives around in one of those. Well, they just released the 2024 version of the Land Cruiser, which is a comparable, larger version of the Toyota FJ Cruiser. They basically took the Toyota FJ Cruiser and stretched it and widened it to make it into what's now known as the new 2024 Land Cruiser.
Huh.
So I was able to get my hands on a couple of those, and I have a friend of mine who's as much a Toyota fan as I am, so I bought an extra one for him. I got myself a 75 Chevy Blazer.
Nice.
And this is the custom version because they took the top off. So I used to have a Chevy Blazer, not a 75. I had a 79 Ford Bronco, and then I traded up for the Chevy, and I wound up getting the Chevy Blazer. Then from the Blazer, I went to the Yukon. Then from the Yukon, I went to the Suburban. So my vehicles kept getting larger. And then the last vehicle I had, the Suburban, started to go. I had it for 12 years. I had over 180,000 miles on it, and the tranny was starting to slip.
Yeah.
So I traded it into Toyota for the Toyota FJ Cruiser, and now I don't want to let it go. What else am I looking for here? Hold on. Oh, so Hot Wheels came out with a new kind of fun car. They did a Magic 8-ball car. So it's got the Magic 8-ball on the front, and then underneath it's got a little plastic housing unit that encases it, and when you shake it,
it comes up.
You turn it upside down, you can read it, and it gives you. You can't see it very well, but it gives you
or whatever
the answer to your question. So it's a Magic 8-ball that actually drives now. So that was a cool one. I couldn't pass that one up. Of course, I had to get myself the Batmobile. Can't go without passing up a Batmobile. Yeah. I just can't. If I see a Batmobile, I have to buy at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the? Oh, here we go. Here's the other one. I bought a couple of other vehicles for my grandson that I'll give to him next time I see him, because this, though, is really cool.
Yeah. What on earth?
This one is the Renegade before the Renegade became the Renegade from Jeep. This is actually known as the Toyota Land Cruiser, and it's an original one from the late 60s, early 70s into the 80s, and it had a flatbed back that you could load up with your supplies, and then it had a cab that had all the regular accoutrements of
That's pretty cool.
The Jeep style. So these came out before the Renegade came out, and Jeep Renegades now are very similar in that style and design.
Huh.
But yeah, so that was the be all end all of that. Yeah, the rest of these are just, nothing to write home about because they're for the grandson. They actually did a series of neon painted decoed cars. So this is the neon Camaro.
Nice.
And if I had my black light, it would pop. But this is the 2018 Copa Camaro Super Sport.
Nice.
But yeah, so that was kind of it. Trying to see if there's anything else laying around that I grabbed up that I wanted to show you before we close out, but everything's kind of boxed up and put away already. So
yeah, it's all good.
But thank you for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate it. I mean, we're already at 10:45 here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we've gone over the hour.
It's been fun. So I mean, yeah, like I said, you're more than welcome to come on anytime.
Thank you, and the fact that I kept knocking myself out of the box and having to reboot. But I appreciate the opportunity. And Zombie, wherever you are, if you're out there listening, I hope whatever it is you're dealing with gets resolved quickly, and you come back home to join us.
Yeah, he's just busy with family stuff, conflicting schedules. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, it's like, you know what, you need some time off, obviously. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to join you if I'm available. So if you do need me in the future,
Yeah.
please feel free to contact me and let me know. I'll be happy to join you.
Yeah, anytime. All right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Come back tomorrow where I will be hanging out with Addie. She has something special in mind for tomorrow's stream. And I must admit, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm looking forward to seeing that pan out in her drawing. I'm sure she'll bring it to life like magical. So, yeah. But yeah, so this is been a podcast.
It's
Thunder
been
Nerds.
fun. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to share my collectibles. I'm just sorry I had such technical difficulties tonight.
It's all good. It's all good.
Thank
All
you.
right. Nope. Yeah. Until next time, we'll see you later.